Greetings to all you potential rock stars, fellow pretenders, and today, curious tinkerers as well, because we have a do-it-yourself project featured today, and it is, as I have spoken of before at length, and I apologize for the delay, a home-built speaker cabinet, which is right here, over here in the corner. It's on probation, but we'll see how it does. Now, the conventional wisdom is that a speaker cabinet involves a lot of engineering and to get the most out of it. And I don't know if that's true. It's not that I doubt it, but what I'm curious of is how easy it would be to do it yourself, because it's just a box with a speaker in it. And today we're going to be comparing it to the speaker cab of my Fillmore 50 amp from Mesa Boogie. Again, this has been a long time coming, and I've been delayed for the last couple of weeks because of illness, and apologies for the sound of my voice. It is I'm still kind of recovering from some allergies and other hay fever, something fever, mountain cedar fever, I don't know what it was. But I'm still recovering, and I've got a lozenge in my mouth as well, so helping me to get along. And of course, the Christmas holidays are coming, and that's keeping us busy as well. Now, the cab I built out of 1x pine. It's about 9.5 inch deep by 18 inches wide by about 17.5 inches high. Of course, I'll roll in some pictures so you can see some of the in progress pictures. The front baffle board and the rear baffling is made from the same kind of, I'm not sure what you call it, but it's a constructed board. It's a panel that's been pieced together out of smaller pieces of wood. I thought this was okay because it was, well, I didn't want to use plywood, even though plywood is used in the baffle board of the Tweed Deluxe amplifier cabinet, which is famously made of pine and not of plywood. So I thought that would be okay, and we'll see how it performs. Now, just for those who are curious, the tools that I use for this are a table saw. I'm trying to think. I don't think I used a miter saw at all. I have to think. No, I didn't. But I did use a router, and along with the router, a jig for cutting circles, which obviously the big circular cutout in the front. And also a jig for using or for making dovetail joints, which you can see at the corners, and of course to round off all the edges. So the router got a lot of use on this. That's really about it. That's how simple this thing is. I put on some rubber feet. I mounted, you know, the jack plate is a little mounted thing I got from Amazon that I screwed into the thing, and I also bought a handle, a Fender brand handle, which I haven't installed yet, but I'll eventually get around to that. So right now, picking it up is picking it up, not picking it up. So that's really it. So anyways, what else? We're going to be comparing today to the amplifier and cabinet of my Mesa Boogie Fillmore 50. And in this case, this cabinet is so compact that I had to prop it up on a step stool to in order to record, in order to get it to where my stubby little amplifier stand or mic stand could point directly at it. So right now I've got it pointed directly at the center of the cone, and I'll do the same on this, but this one's tall enough so I don't have to put it on a step stool. Anyways, I thought about splicing all these together so that we're comparing, you know, each different sound that I'm going to do directly from one speaker to the other speaker. But I don't think we should really go to that trouble. But we know they're going to sound different because the Mesa Boogie has a Mesa branded Black Shadow speaker in it, whereas my do-it-yourself cabinet has a Eminence Texas Heat speaker. So they're clearly going to sound different. They just are. The question is, do they sound good? Is there something missing from the sound of the homemade cabinet? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little bit of clean, a little bit of dirty. Then I'm going to move the mic just about an inch off of center from the cone, from the speaker cone. Because I've heard that that's a good way to get, you know, two different sounds. Directly on the speaker cone is really bright. Slightly slightly off center makes a smoother tone. I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, well, without further ado, let's see, we've got okay, close enough for everybody but those guys on TGP. Okay, this is the neck pickup with the volume all the way up. And starting with a little bit of jazz, I'm going to roll the tone down about to 7-ish. You want to start over. I'm going to scoop a little mids out and see if that helps. That's a little strident. I wasn't going to mess with the tone knobs a little bit, but I want to tweak it a little bit and get the best sound I can. So I'm going to come down on the gain for a nice clean sound. I'm going to come down on the mids and the trebles and give us a touch of reverb. Let's see what that does. I'm going to come back up on the gain and up on the master. Okay, there's a pretty nice jazz tone. I like that. Okay, a little bit of something a little bit brighter. Let's go to the number 4 position. And now I'll add a little bit of dirt. My signal chain today is, I'm going directly from my Kiesel Delos into my Strobel Stomp Tuner into a Tumless Wampler. Sorry, a Wampler Tumless Mini, which then goes directly to the Mesa head. Dirt. And now I'm going to move the microphone over about an inch. And you'll see while I do this, right about there. So it's just a little bit off of axis, but still pointed directly at the speaker, not at an angle. is with the woodworking. Let me take that off and work slowly back to a jazz tone. Alright, back to position 5 and rolling off the tone for a bit of jazz. Alright, let me take some time to restart the camera. Okay, we've switched over, and let me take a picture of what this looks like from here, just for your benefit. And I'll roll that in so that you can see it. So now we're connected to the Guitar Ambition brand speaker cabinet, and it sounds like this, starting from jazz and going more and more towards dirty stuff. And checking the levels on my mic pre. Yeah, I think we're really safe. I think we're well within, so I don't know. I think we're really safe. And just for the record, I'm not going to be using any kind of post production changes. I'm not going to be doing any EQ or anything like that. So you're going to be hearing the raw sound as it comes here. So here we go. There's the number 4 position. Let's go to the number 2 position just for giggles. And the number 1 bridge position just for the fun of it. With the tumness. I tell you what, not been practicing as much the last few days, and it shows, and I apologize for all the mistakes, but there they are. And for giggles, let's try a little amp gain, see what we can get. I'm going to turn this. Now I'm still on the clean channel of this amp, but as you know, probably if you've been following me very much at all, I live in the very low gain to mid gain area. I don't do a whole lot of high gain work. So this is with the gain. I'm going to put the gain on about 3, and I'm going to bring the master down to about 930. See what that does. And with an eye on with the mic preamp. that sounds way different, and I'm still safe on the mic pre. Rolled it off, and it muddied up quite a bit. So let me come back up. And I'm going to come down on the bass and come up on the mids. Alright, I'm going to move the mic over just a little bit, just to have a little off-axis noise. I think that's about as much as I moved it when I was on the speaker can, and I'm going to walk slowly back from dirty to clean. So unorganized noodling continues. That's a little bit of maybe close to breakup with the gain at about 10 o'clock. And the master back up at 11. Let me add the toneness back in. Bridge pickup. Satin doll for you. So anyways, there's that. Now, and I'm not going to spend as much time on this, but I'm going to switch to a different amplifier. Okay, and now we're using a little Quilter Interblock 45 solid state, tiny little amplifier. And I'll take a picture of it just to show you what I'm talking about. And we are on, and that's really all there is much to it, to this little amplifier. And I'm starting with the microphone off center, so we're going to be working our way backwards. Number 4 position. That quack is very apparent. Number 2 position quack. So, moving to center. Bridge position. Honestly, I don't care for the bridge position. I'm not sure how to use it. A lot of guys do and love it. Roll off the tone, see if that does anything. That's the bridge position sound that people like, I think. But I'm more of a neck and neck mid player. So here's the neck. With the toneless. So neck and mid. Just the neck, and the tone is already rolled off, so a little bit of jazz. What I'm calling jazz is just some major and dominant 7 chords and some minor 7 chords. Of course, that's a fully diminished chord right there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and switch back to the Mesa cab with the Quilter amp. Okay, there we are, about 1 inch right of dead center. Turn my signal chain back on. Neck pickup, tone slightly rolled off for jazz. Now to me, that already sounds a little bit brighter. With the Wampler. Let's move back to dead center. Slowly working my way towards mellower tones. Back to jazz, volume up. So that's it. Now, obviously, uh, I think it's at least a qualified success. I kind of like the tones from it. We'll see how it records, and if my opinion changes when I hear it in post, I'll let you know. I'm going to use it with my quilter amp at the very least. Sounds kind of good for a low volume, jazzy, clean, nice, round, you know, fluffy tone. If that's a word, I don't know. But I've also had my eye on some of the other small amps on the market, like the Vox MV50, which is a tiny little thing. Actually has a quote-unquote tube in it. I'm not sure exactly how that plays out, how they actually qualify that as a tube, because it's not a vacuum tube the way we think of it. The orange Tiny Terror, some inexpensive little amps that might sound, kind of wicked through this little speaker cab. It's 8 ohms, just like this one, and it should work with a variety of amplifiers. So we'll see. And if I get bored, I may eventually build a 410. Or maybe something really weird like a cabinet with a 10-inch speaker and a 12-inch speaker, just to see what that's like. Who knows? But my ears are not perfect, and I'm curious to hear what you think about the sounds that I've gotten across on this. And now there's a ton of variables that I have just not gotten to. Just so that you know, I do not record very loud. I got one kind of loud portion in there, and that was I probably did not hit. Sorry, and I probably didn't hit 100 dBs in there. Maybe I got close. But generally I play more quiet, and that of course is not where you get the best possible tone out of an amp, but it is what it is. And I generally play with a lot of headroom so that I can do a lot with the tone. But we'll see. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this. Please let me know. Please let me know if you think this is cool or crap. Anyways, that's it for today. And remember, you don't work guitar, you play guitar. So have fun with it. Bye now.